We know you've been waiting for it. Yeah. So, it's been a long time coming. I mean, you guys have known about her since a long time. So, it's been a lot of fun working on her as well. So, I'm really glad that this moment is finally here, where we can finally show you what we've been working on for these last, well, how long it's been?
Months. Well, we've started work, or I started working on Foxy almost a year ago. She's actually been a character that we've been working on for a pretty long time, and we've been building her while we were building Swagans and everything. And so she's finally in a state, the Foxynaut, where we can show her. So let's start with her backstory.
I mean, that's something you've probably been curious about as well. So, this is what we have to say about her. As an honorary Star Scout, she is on a self-invented mission to rid the galaxy of all evil. She also loves to collect weird aliens and put them in jars for her private collection. Unfortunately, her scooter broke down in the Rocky system. While searching for spare parts on the Starstorm station, she found a mysterious robotic claw artifact. And the biggest adventure of her life.
Ooh!
Exclamation of joy!
Exclamation of joy.
So, I don't think there's a proper way to do this.
No,
since the hype is too big for us to even...
We should do a drum roll.
We should do a drum roll. So, 3, 2, 1... There you go.
There you go.
We should be cueing applause, maybe? I don't even know. It's just, there we go. So that's her.
This is the fox. You can see she has a gun on her left hand, and she has a claw on her right hand, and that basically that design ties in with how she plays, and we will get to that in a couple of seconds, obviously.
Yeah, the design process for her visuals has been a long one as well. A lot of iteration and a lot of tweaks. It's harder to draw a fox than you'd think. So, especially to make her fit in with the rest of all the knots. So, I'll start this up in the background. So yeah, it's been a lot of fun, and I'm really glad we can finally show this to you guys. And then we hope you're just excited about it as we are. So that's just one part of her visuals, of course. Now we have a pretty good idea of what she looks like and what her features are, but there's still one more thing to show you, of course.
Yep, and that's her gameplay.
The gameplay, which, like Oliver said, has been in the works for quite a while as well.
Yep.
Why is this taking so long?
In the current version, she doesn't have voices yet, and her audio also isn't 100% done. So we'll get to that on a later stage. You will hear how she sounds and everything like that in a later stage. So yeah, but her visuals are in there, and her gameplay is working. So. Yeah, let's move on to the character select screen.
Oh. Hello!
Hello, everybody! Woo, you guys can actually see us.
Yeah, we've been hidden behind the Voltar for so long. So, there's one thing we have yet to reveal, and that will not be today, unfortunately.
Yep.
She's still called the Foxynaut, or Foxy for short, in the character select screen. There's, like Olivier said, there's still a lot of things to reveal about her, like the theme song, Killing Spree.
Killing Spree, yep.
The voice, because the voice is in there as well. There's sound effects, like you said, they're not entirely done. So there's still a lot of things to still be revealed, but that won't stop us from playing.
Yeah. Also, apart from Foxy, in this patch we'll have a lot of stuff apart from the new character, there will be more new features for the game, and some of them are pretty game changing basically, and help the game a lot. But those will be announced later, and you will be able to check those out on the Voltar's Vault when we announce those. So
yeah, definitely keep an eye on the Voltar's Vault, because I think he's not done with spilling his secrets.
Voltar has a lot of secrets. So let's just skip the loadout and head straight into the drop pod.
Yeah, you can check out all his items on the website as well, because they're all on there in the vault. So there we go.
Yep.
So I guess maybe we need another drum roll. And there we go.
There we go. That's her. That's how she looks.
That's what she looks like in the game.
So this is her idle animation. This is her walk. She has a little puffy tail, and
to be expected from a fox, of course. But
yep. She has the ears, the nose, everything. So is the audio for the game alright, or is it overpowering us? I guess it's okay.
So you've probably also noticed there's a little bar below her health bar, which is a pretty significant part of her as well, since her gameplay revolves completely around acquiring points, charge counters, whatever you'd like to call them, which she uses for her for all her moves.
Yep. We announced a long time ago that she will have a combo point mechanic, and the bar below her health bar is her combo point counter thingy.
Yeah.
Basically.
So to start out, she also has a double jump. If those bots would please stop killing each other, we wouldn't have this text in the screen all the time. Wow, they're really going at it, those bots. So yeah, she has a default double jump, so to speak. It's just a little hop after her regular jump.
Yep.
And her basic attack is, well, like said before, she uses a claw, so
it's a melee attack.
It's a melee attack.
It's a pretty hard-hitting attack, but it's also pretty slow. The main focus of her main attack is gathering combo points and also dealing some damage.
Yeah. So let's jump into the shop. How much money do we have? Let's start off with her abilities.
Yep. Sounds good.
The first one I just purchased was Pounce. Was it still called Pounce? Yeah, Pounce, and the other one's called Swipe. What they do exactly we'll show you
in a jiffy.
In a jiffy.
In a jiffy.
Oh, I like how you said that. In a jiffy. So there we go.
So we have our combo point meter is full right now. We have, so you can see the 4 blue dots in her bar. So that means she's at full combo points. Whenever she's in the shop, she completely reloads all her combo points. So she always starts out with full combo points.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I guess you noticed the new font for our damage. It's something we've been looking at trying for a while.
It's kind of experimental still. We want to see if you guys like this better than the old font for damage numbers.
It's a bit experimental. So let's start with the first ability, which is called Pounce. It's more fun to just smack somebody in the face with it. A bit busy here, but there we go. Bop, bop.
But basically, it is a dash, and you dash to a target, and instead of going through him, like with Pro-G's dash, you dash into him and knock him back. So it can be used as a tool to displace your enemy, and also to knock them into turrets and stuff like that.
Yeah, and based on your combo points, the strength of the attack changes. It increases range and damage.
It just hits harder, it does more damage, its range is increased. When you have more combo points, it becomes stronger on pretty much all fronts. It knocks back, or knockback will be increased when you have more combo points. Basically everything about it is better when you have more combo points.
So, and then on to her other ability, because everything she does kind of ties into each other, the melee attack, the dash, and her other attack influence pretty much every other form of damage she does. Since the other ability is called Swipe. Let's see if I can find something. It's a short-range wave attack that does damage, but also amplifies the damage the target's hits take.
Yeah, it's kind of like we introduced amplify damage with Gnaw Spit, and it's also on Foxy's Swipe. So it basically it increases in strength the more combo points you have, like with our pounds. So currently the base value of it deals to a maximum of 40 damage, and then also significantly increases the damage an enemy takes.
Yeah. But the thing about it is, the amplify damage is the same at all levels of charges. So if you use a 1 charge swipe, it applies the same amount of amplify damage as a 4 charge swipe. So if you just want to use it for the utility, you just hit an enemy once and you use the points to debuff them, so your main attack will do more damage.
Yeah. So there's actually a lot of ways to play this now. There's a lot of ways to combo every skill together. You can either dash in first and build combo points with your main attack and then use your swipe. But you can also first swipe enemies and then dash into them to make optimal use of the extra damage taken by them. And of course that's all influenced by our items. So let's go into a couple of our items first.
So, shall we go at her unique utility row first?
Yep, that's good.
Because you might have noticed she doesn't have the regular boots. She has unique boots, which are called Foxy boots, since they're all furry and whatnot. And aside from increasing her movement speed, they also give her a triple jump. So, 1, 2, and 3.
There you go.
So she's pretty good at juking in the air.
Yeah, she can stay in the air for a long time, but once she's up there, she doesn't gain much vertical movement. So
yeah, she can get a lot higher, since they're just little hops. But she can move around and dodge obstacles, objects. So
yeah.
Another unique item for her is the Starstorm statue, which increases her overall damage by 5% per level.
Yeah, so this is something, she doesn't have the baby curry mammoth. Well, most people like to use the baby curry mammoth, right? So we've seen metrics on that. So we decided to replace this on Foxynaut. With something that increases our damage, and hopefully it can compete with either regen or boots or solar tree or the pills, and it will probably make for some more interesting build variety in our ability row.
So as you might have noticed earlier in her splash art, she doesn't only have a claw, she also has a blaster on her left wrist.
What does she do with the blaster, Tim?
Well, thanks for asking, Odegaard. Well, one of her upgrades is the Spider-Bird Collector Badge, which, she's at max charges, so if she's at 4 charges in this case, her main attack becomes ranged instead of the claw slash.
Yeah. That's one of the ways that the Awesomenauts items can interact with how the combo point mechanic works. So
as you can see, she shoots her blaster now. The damage from it is also different than the one from her claw attack.
Yep.
So
you can actually make builds that center around her ranged attack, or you can make builds that center around her melee attack. Oh, this is a bad position. Don't die now.
So when you're in a tricky spot, like maybe a AI station, where there's not much room for a melee character to jump in and be dangerous, you can always go for the ranged option and be more safe. Well, at the cost of course, using your abilities, because once you use an ability, she becomes a melee character again.
Yeah, so this is also something, they're just giving a lot of options to play her in many different ways. If you want to play her as a ranged character, you can. If you want to play her as a melee character like Leon, you can too. So that's pretty cool.
And there's also another upgrade you can buy, which changes one of her. Do you have the upgrade for that? This is this one, right? Yeah.
Yeah, this is the next hit. Yeah.
Yeah, which death lens. If you land a swipe, which is the wave attack, your next, if it hits an enemy, your next attack becomes ranged. So
let's get both stages.
Both stages. So we get another upgrade. Maybe there's another. Maybe we can use
the yeah, just upgrade the knockback. It's always cool to see. The extra knockback is actually one of the most fun abilities or items on Foxy now.
Bam! Get out of here, Clunk!
And she dies right away.
If I hit this... Yeah, so I just hit the creep with my swipe attack, so now my next attack is ranged and it's not too shabby.
Bam!
Bam! And now I'm melee again. Oops.
Yeah, just out of range.
As you can see, now my next attack is ranged again. And the damage is pretty decent as well.
And it's also increased by the amplify damage effect on swipe. And there's also items that increase the amplify damage effect. So you can basically build Foxynaut around having a lot of amplify damage and having a next hit effect that does a lot of damage. So that's another way you can play her as a ranged character. Maybe the net item is also cool to show off, the heart-shaped net. It basically gives you back a combo point, or it resets the cooldown of swipe whenever you use only one combo point on it. So you can basically use it as a spammable attack.
Yeah, it's pretty cool actually. If you manage to be very accurate with your swipes, you can constantly chain them together.
Yep.
Let's see if I'm not as good as you are though.
No, you have to use one combo point.
Oh, yeah,
so if you use 4 combo points, the item does nothing, but it does work for, if you have 1 combo point, it resets.
I can probably show it on Roshan or...
Let's take... There we go. So she turns into a spammable ranged knot. Pretty spammy. And it also keeps the amplify damage effect up on the target. So it can be pretty useful in team situations.
Oh, I probably didn't notice that earlier. Let's see... If I hit the floor, it bounces. That's pretty cool. I mean, you can do some fun stuff with that.
Yep. All her range attacks, except for swipe, basically bounce. Or swipe actually goes through terrain, so you can, and it also goes through turrets. So Coco won't be the only one that can kill you behind the turret anymore.
Yeah, because she can just. Let's see if there's. I can display it here. So if your enemy is escaping through here, when the turrets are still up, you can just, bam, swipe them through the floor if you're lucky and they're not paying attention.
Yep.
Pretty cool. So it's not just Coco who's a menace behind enemy lines, so to speak.
Exactly.
So yeah, there's a lot of upgrades that. There's this one as well. Retain 1 charge after hitting an enemy with the pounce attack, which is the ranged dash.
It's really useful because you can pounce in, you retain 1 combo point, you hit them once, you get the second combo point, and you can swipe right away for 2 combo points, dealing a pretty good amount of damage.
Yeah.
There's also an item that increases the maximum amount of combo points you can gather. You can never spend more than 4 combo points on your skills. But there is an item that allows you to carry 5 combo points. So if you take that and you have 5 combo points and you do a skill, you always remain with 1 combo point. If you couple that with the combo point retention, then you have 2 combo points whenever you use your dash or your pounce. If you hit them once, you have 3 combo points. So their build variety is pretty good, and it allows for hopefully a lot of types of gameplay. So you can play her as a support.